and a lot to look forward to in the coming year. This is not quite finished yet. I did a light one pass for the cutout so I'd know for sure where the piece was going to be. I wanted to make sure I missed these cavities, and it put it in a nice place. This is the third time I've run this art, but this is one of the biggest things that's happened to me this year. This art was generated by AI. I have a buddy that Daniel, who has been using an AI system. I tried to make some art, and it came out almost like an oil painting, so it wouldn't translate to a burn with the Lightburn software. So he ran a couple of prompts and got this, and it's fantastic. It was initially for a gift to a lady from church who likes the song "Victory in Jesus," and this is one of the verses, or the chorus. And I added a few other things on the side, but the best thing about this, obviously, is the picture of Christ that is an AI result. And I am very excited about the art that can be generated for black and white clip, line art, with AI for projects into the new year. Just super excited. So now I have to finish cutting out the pieces so I can flip them over and put the art on the back. That's one of the things I want to show today as something exciting for the coming year, and a couple more are on the way here. And here is just about the ugliest of ugly prototypes. I had the idea earlier in the year, but I did not have the production time, and actually I didn't have the materials until too late for Christmas this year. But this is the beginning of the idea. I need to make the ornament circles a little bit smaller in the cutouts, and the stars a little bit bigger in the cutouts, and I gotta find my glue gun. Oh boy. But here's the basic idea, and I think it could be kind of fun. I wonder if I could do this Now, let's just look at it first. Here we go. Okay. It's a little Christmas tree with tiny little LED lights that I have cut out, and yep, one of them's already out because I couldn't find my glue gun. Doggone it. But it's kind of a fun little idea that I think I can turn into something. And these little light sets are kind of nice. They're LEDs, run off a little watch battery, and it'll last for quite a while. And very interested in anybody who has a thought reaction to this. I think it's kind of fun. What do you think? And what might make it better? Or what might be a better idea? My other idea is to do an elf on the shelf where the eyes are like two little yellow blazing coals. But that might be a little creepy. Yeah, probably very creepy. And last but not least for this video, this is something I'm also very excited about. This is something that I think my grandfather had made, I don't know, in the 70s. I have a couple of these. Some of them were cut with a space here for an Indiana not bicentennial. It would have been some kind of sesquicentennial celebration, and so it had a medallion there. This one is broken. My uncle gave this to me yesterday to try to see what would laser cut on this material. This is good old Bedford, Indiana limestone, and On this one, I have sprayed a lacquer to see if that changes the effect of the laser. And I'm going to try to do the same image. It's actually just going to be lettering on all 4 sides and see what kind of result I can get as a possible idea for something that can be done for one of Indiana's state parks. And I'm real excited about the opportunity to do that. So let's see how this turns out here in a few minutes. Okay, that's the first pass at a setting I thought might work, but it is a little too light. But I did see sparks, and I can see lines. It's definitely working. So I'm going to up the power a little bit, and I'm just doing outlining right now. And then when I get an outline that it works, I'm going to try an offset fill. Okay, you can almost make it out though already. Anybody can go ahead and guess which park I'm doing here. If you know your Indiana parks, or if you want to ask Siri, whatever you want to do. Let's try again. Alright, I've moved the speed down and the power up. So we're going to go 15 millimeters a second and 90% power. Let's see how that does. Sparks are definitely flying. Yes, I definitely think this is going to work. Spring Mill State Park, we've got some ideas for your gift shop. Jumping back and forth a bit here, because I'm doing it as I go. I've got that Spring Mill State Park thing, I've got it running on an infill cut, and it is looking very good. Going to show that in a minute here. But in the meantime, here is one of the best things I discovered this year as a time saver. I have been spending lots of time on my projects sanding, trying to get the burn off. And there are some things that I've seen in videos I have not yet successfully been able to do to limit that. I'm going to try to keep getting better, but for now, one of the things I've learned is to clean with alcohol. Better if it's denatured alcohol. I've got some of that coming, but so far I've been able to use the isopropyl just fine too, and I haven't noticed any problem with the wood yet. So this has helped get this creosote or sap, burned sap off much better than I was doing, or much easier than I was doing with the sanding. And of course the alcohol dries really fast, so I can basically wipe it and be just about ready to go. It really cleans up nicely, doesn't it? All right, let's get the other side and we'll be able to really tell a difference here, because this is hard to read in this area especially. So let's take a look at how this does. And shouldn't take much to get this cleaned off. Let's see. Try to go both ways. That's actually with the grain. That's probably a better idea. And notice that it's starting to clean up areas where it looked a little muddy because the sap creosote had really come out on the edges, and that's small lettering. So let's see if we can really show a difference here. Oh yeah. And that'll be even more clear when it dries, because it will get the wood will get lighter. Okay, let's finish on this other side. And really improves the definition of the cut to have that stuff out of the way. Yeah. All right, that's much better. As a matter of fact, let's compare side by side here. This is how it looks to begin with, and here is how it looks after that's been wiped down. Fantastic improvement. I'm going to let that one dry, and then I may even do it again, but let's go ahead and get this other one here, and I got to move just a bit. All right. See if we can get down a little closer. All right. Let's try it like that, and we should see. I'm going to start in the small lettering this time, and we should see quite a big difference pretty quickly. And it'd be better if I wiped it off of the board instead of all the way across, wouldn't it? Yep, much better. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, this is a real benefit that I found out just in the past few days. It makes a huge difference. It takes just a matter of minutes compared to I was spending up to an hour or more on some of the sanding. That beeping sound is the sound of my laser getting too hot, so let's go reset that. I don't think anybody's going to use this as a cutting board, but I like experimenting a bit to see how this pulls out the grain. So we're going to try it on this, and this is cherry, and that was too much. But I do want to get it down in the cuts. All right. And we're going to get the edges as well. What I really like about that alcohol rub is it helps really clean off the edges, because that would ordinarily be something would kind of come off in somebody's hands a bit, or it would leave a residue, or I would have to sand for a while to kind of, not necessarily get it all the way off, but to get it to where it would not just have a bunch of dust still coming off of it. All right, there is the back. I was able to put this down in a way that I think the grain was going to contribute to this. It's kind of cool. It almost looks like a wind blowing across clouds or something like that. I really, really like that. And this is where we're going to flood it a bit to try and get all the grooves filled. It's going to be too much again, but that is okay. Yes. And actually, I can put this on here and turn it over and let the excess come out on that, and in a minute or two be ready to wipe down what has been done. Yes, that grain is doing exactly what I hoped it would do. That's just such a nice, it just looks like a wind burst, a wind, yeah, I love it. And looks like the wind is pushing the waves. And who is the master of the wind and waves? I think we know. It's been an amazing year. Very, very blessed and grateful. So many ways, so many things, and looking forward to so much to come yet. Really appreciate everybody that's taken time to watch and like and share, subscribe, all those things. Comment especially, that's always great. But most of all, just really grateful for the chance to try to learn, maybe develop talents, express creativity, just find ways to try and honor the maker by being a small M maker. And thanks very much for joining in as much or as often as you were able to. I really do appreciate it very much. Looking forward to 2025, and I hope you are blessed and have many things to be grateful for in the coming year as well. Thanks again.